Jared Polin, PhotoNosPhoto.com, and this is your
I know what's going on.
Photo News Fix. This fix is brought to you by our Grand Slam bundle of Lightroom presets. As you know by now, we're up to Fro Pack 4, but what you might not have known is that all of our presets also work on mobile, and you don't need a Lightroom subscription to use them on mobile. Now, both Steven and I have them loaded on our phones so we can tweak our photos on the go with presets from Fro Pack 1, 2, 3, and 4. But the fun doesn't stop there, because new and exclusive to Fro Pack 4 are 4 custom adaptive Lightroom presets called Face Enhance, Full Body Skin Enhance, Eyes Only Enhance, and Background Blur. In total, the Grand Slam bundle includes 58 custom Lightroom presets and comes at a discount when you purchase them all together. Head on over to PhotoNosPhoto.com/FroPack4 to check them out in action, and you can pick them up today. First up, Nikon has announced 2 new DX lenses for their cropped sensor bodies, and they are more on the affordable side. Now let's start with their first constant 2.8 DX zoom for the Z mount. This is the DX 16-50 2.8 VR. Now it weighs in at just 11 ounces or 330 grams, has 9 rounded blades, STM focus motors, 5 stops of VR, 12 elements, 67mm filter thread, and comes in at just under $900. The 16-50 equates to roughly a 24-75 in 35mm full frame equivalent terms, which makes it a pretty good catch-all lens for someone who wants something better than the 16-50 kit lens that was a 3.5 to 6.3, but it does of course come at a price. Now the second lens is a DX35 1.7 micro, which equates to roughly a 52mm in full frame lens terms. Now it weighs in at just 7.8 ounces or 220 grams, has STM focus motors, 8 elements, 52mm filter thread, a minimum focus distance of just 0.16 meters, and comes in at just $450. It's nice to see Nikon making some more DX options, though I've always been a fan of investing in full frame glass if you can, unless you intend to never move up to a full frame body, that is.
But why?
For the simple reason that if you go full frame, you'll have to dump your DX lenses. But Jared, they can work on full frame in DX mode. Exactly. Why would you go full frame only to use part of the sensor that you just spent money on to use the full size of it? Because that's like using not all of your whatever. Nonetheless, both of these lenses will be available starting on October 30th. Soon. Are these something that you might be interested in? Let me know down below. Next up, Sony Alpha Rumors has shared some info about a forthcoming Sony A7V. Now first, they say the camera has been registered in Indonesia and is already up for pre-order on a Vietnamese retailer site and will begin shipping in Q1 and possibly announced at the end of November. Now let's recap some of the specs just in case you missed them a few weeks back. Now starting with a leaked image showing a possible sensor size of 33 megapixels, which would mean it probably has the same exact sensor as the A7 IV, which follows how Sony generally upgrades their cameras. Now it might be slightly tweaked, but we'll have to wait and see. The one thing I hope they do is update the sensor readout speed. On top of that, they claim it will have the new AI chip like the A12 to, in my words, supercharge the autofocus. That new AI chip certainly helps make the autofocus far more accurate. Now, in terms of body design, Alpha Rumors says it will have the same design as the A7R5 with the same 4-way, fully articulating screen, but claims it does not have the Sony A12 or A9 III grip design. And in terms of price, they say it will be close to $3,000, which I personally think is a little bit off base. I would be extremely surprised if this camera is much more than $2,600, though with the current tariffs, maybe it will be higher. Now, if I recall, the A7 III released at $2,000, but that was back in 2018, so we'll have to wait and see where this one drops, because $3,000 would be way overpriced in my opinion. Now, what do you think the price will be? Let me know down below. And finally, Canon Rumors is reporting that the R6 Mark III and RF45 1.2 STM will be announced on November 6th. Though you might recall last week, they said it would be later in the month, so there's no saying which dates are actually correct. Nonetheless, this sounds like they are coming pretty soon. They also went on to share some core specifications that we can confirm. Mind you, it's them, not me confirming, because I'm just reporting on their reporting of the reported rumors that they're reporting on their site.
And then their that's made up of our that we made them eat.
They claim that the specs look very similar to that of the EOS. I want to say EOS. I want to see EOS. EOS. It's EOS or EOS. We were in Japan and they said EOS and EOS, so maybe I should just stick to EOS. Anyway. Very similar to the EOS C50, they aren't sure of the full video specs, being that it's unlikely that the R6 Mark III will have active cooling built in. They claim the sensor will be 32 megapixels, have dual pixel CMOS AF2, IBIS with 6.5 stops of image stabilization, pre-capture, and with pre-capture, let's hope that it's one button to turn it on and off, unlike the R1, have a max frame rate of 40 frames per second with the electronic shutter, be open gate for video, which honestly I'm kind of tired of hearing about. It's like the new cool spec to hope for that most people won't ever use because it doesn't really matter for them. Yet they yell, open gate, open gate. You know what I yell? Lock the gate! In terms of price, they think it will come in at around $28.99. And just like the rumored A7V, I hope it comes in around $2,600 because they're becoming mighty pricey pretty quickly for the specs that they offer. And the reason is, you know, tariffs.
Lies and propaganda.
Yeah, tariffs. Because clearly they've raised the price on everything, which costs you more money and costs everybody more money.
All lies and false propaganda.
Anyway, there you have it. That's your photo news fix this time around. Thank you very much for watching. Jared Polin, PhotoNewsPhoto.com. See ya.